Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Fateh. My name is Guru Granth Sahib, and as many of you may know, I was a member of the Yogi Bhajan Tantric Kundalini Yoga cult for some 30 years or so. And I witnessed a lot of abuses. Here you can see me protesting against Yogi Bhajan's abuses, and also I'm protesting the anti-Sikh and anti-Gurmat practices that continue in Yogi Bhajan's organizations like 3HO and Sikh Dharma International. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a specific event that Yogi Bhajan created. And this was called Summer Solstice Sadhana. At this event, there are many anti-Gurmat practices that I want to point out to Sikhs and also to members of the public who are thinking about participating in this event, because I believe that they are very damaging spiritually, mentally, and also physically. Now you can see here in this video the Yogi Bhajan people dancing in this, what they call the Tantric shelter. And this is directly after they've completed this 3 days of Tantric Yoga, which in itself is really anti-Gurmat, anti-Sikh, and not good for your health, I believe, either. Now, what makes this particularly sacrilegious is that there is a room just off to the side of this so-called Tantric shelter where all of these anti-Gurmat practices are being carried out, where Guru Sahib, the Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, is in Prakash. You can see here in the background there's a yellow plastic, like a roll-up door, and I'll put my finger there. You can see that door there. Now, Guru Sahib is in Prakash there, and there's an akampot going on while all this dancing is happening. It's really sacrilegious. I actually participated at this Yogi Bhajan Summer Solstice Sadhana many times, maybe 20 or 25 times, and I would read in the akampot, and it was very difficult, if not impossible, to hear the Gurbani because of the loud music. I played for you a little bit of that music going on there, and they do the loud music, they dance, they carry on there, they do their Tantric Yoga there, with Yogi Bhajan screaming and speaking from a video. It's really very damaging, I believe, to your soul and to your spiritual, mental health. Just listen a little bit more and get an idea. Just listen how loud this music is. I'll turn it up. It just literally drowns out any of the Gurbani that is being read there in that small room there. Keep in mind that plastic roll-up door is very thin there that separates where this dancing is going on and where the akampot is going on there. So keep in mind that 3HO, I believe, and Yogi Bhajan for that matter too, host these events in order to attract people into their cult. I think they attract people with the offer of hooking up with other people of the opposite sex, and they also are interested in promoting all of these tantric yogas of Yogi Bhajan so they can get people into their cult and control them. I believe that it really is a matter of trying to promote and get people into their cult and have power over them, basically. get them all hyped up like this like Kundalini crack, like crack cocaine. It's like an addiction to drug, I believe. So let's watch another video here showing similar kind of dancing. Now keep in mind again that this dancing is going on in the same place where they have the D1 services for Siri Guru Granth Sahib, and there's an akampot going on at the same time. That's what makes it particularly anti-Sikh and anti-Gurmat. I know many of these people in this video. It's really very disappointing and very alarming that they would participate in this. But I think what it is that they really have nothing else in their lives, and they rely on the sales of yogi tea, that which may bring in a lot of money. So this organization has a lot of money. They rely also on the teachings of Kundalini Yoga and Yogi Bhajan's teachings to bring in money to support their lives, basically. So they get people in on this magical thinking that they can have this happiness in their lives by trying to get them involved in these dances and all of this yoga nonsense. They're basically like hippies. Anyway, so then I want to show you the this is actual D1 service they have with Guru Sahib in Prakash. Guru Sahib is in Prakash all the time in this little room to the side. And you can see here, this is the same area where this man is walking out, where they do all of these Tantric Yogas and Yoga Asanas in the essentially in the Dabar of Siri Guru Granth Sahib. Now this is their early morning practice that 3HO does. Yogi Bhajan directed all of his disciples, whether Sikh or non-Sikh, to do this Aquarian sadhana, as he called it. And I just did a video on this, actually, explaining it in detail, but this is because it is an important issue, or because it's an important difference, I should say, between Yogi Bhajan's synthetic Sikhism and his made-up Tantric Yogas and all of that. I want to point it out again, how these Yogi Bhajan followers do yoga asanas, again, in the Dabar of Siri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, in the Gurdwara and most of these ashrams. And here at this summer solstice sadhana, they're doing it in this tantric shelter right next to the Guru Sahib's Prakash, there in that little room. So their sadhana, their morning practice, consists of doing yoga asanas, and then they do several mantras for 11 minutes or so at a time. And these are made up of Yogi Bhajan crazy mantras that he inserted some Gurbani in, so it's like Kachabani, and it's really sacrilegious. There's also one mantra that he called the Vayanti mantra, and this was a mantra that he said Patanjali, who was lived, I don't know how long ago, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, and he was a Hindu prophet, if you will. So Yogi Bhajan said this Vayanti mantra was made by him, and that we should all chant it at least 11 minutes a day during his Aquarian sadhana. Now, I have recently watched a video by someone who's an expert on Patanjali, and they said they could never find any record of this Vayanti mantra in any of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. And this woman who's the expert says she reads Sanskrit, she read it in the original, so I tend to believe this is something Yogi Bhajan just made up. And so this is very typical of what Yogi Bhajan did. He would make up all kinds of mantras and crazy kriyas and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, if this is any indication of, you know, how people should live their lives, just look at how Yogi Bhajan lived his life. I was around him for some 30 years, and I witnessed a lot of abuses that he did to his students. And also, he was just a pathological liar. And he did all this, I believe, just to get power, money, and sex. Anyway, so really, please keep this in mind for anybody who's considering participating in any of these events by 3HO, Yogi Bhajan organizations. They have a vested interest in getting people to participate in these events. They make money off of them. Their livelihood depends upon people continuing to participate in these events. Fortunately, from what it looks like from these videos, there's fewer people than I've ever seen at any of these summer solstices. I'm guessing there might have been 100, maybe a little more than that, maybe 100 or so people, it looks like, from in these events. So just always keep this in mind, that Yogi Bhajan has now been shown to be an abuser. He has also been shown, and there have been many accounts given by at least 100 women, that he would sexually harass them, in some cases even rape them. So, you know, you don't want to try to follow somebody who is going to set a bad example. It just doesn't make sense. Let's look at one more event here that the Yogi Bhajan people did during this summer solstice sadhana. Now this is a event that Yogi Bhajan called the Peace Prayer Day Walk. And it's what he called some kind of Native American ritual that he instructed all of his students, whether Sikhs or non-Sikhs, to participate in. And it's concentric circles that are arranged there at their summer solstice sadhana. And people are supposed to walk around barefooted on this, and then take some offering from some Native American or somebody who is helping to host this event. Now, Yogi Bhajan said this was an ancient ritual. There's no evidence of that. In fact, there was a good article that was written by a Sikh who interviewed some Native American leaders, and they said there was no such thing as a peace prayer day walk or any kind of ritual that was like this. And this land there that Yogi Bhajan bought and the 3HOers continue to worship at was not in no way any kind of sacred land or anything like that. So this is another event that is, I believe, is anti-Gurmat. You can see they're doing some kind of puja or some kind of ritual, which is against secret Mariata. They don't show it in this video, but at the end of this event, they go to where they give some offerings, and then they bow down, and they have concentric circles of rocks there. So you can see there are many anti-Gurmat practices that continue with 3HO, and this is just a few of them. They just wrapped this up, so these are current videos from this summer solstice event that just took place just like a day or so, a couple days ago. So I know they're still doing all these things. So again, Sikhs, beware of this 3HO. If you do talk with them, be aware that they are deceiving people. They might say that they're good Sikhs, and SikhNet tries to project this image. But there are many, many anti-Sikh Gurmat practices that are going on there. And I might just add that I was on a discussion group a few days ago, and there was one of these 3HOers that said that they have their own Mariata. So thank you for your time, and I hope you'll contact me and we can discuss this topic about how 3HO violates Sikh Mariata and how they do these anti-Sikh and anti-Gurmat practices. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.